we mentioned before on the Sonic 25th anniversary recap that the stream was bad.
Yes.
I mean, cringingly inducing bad.
Well, basically, waiting for it to fucking load, come off, sound off, and then getting an ear piercing a few times.
Yeah, we finally have some history and the story behind why.
Yeah.
Hunter Bridges, or Hunty as he's called on this Twitter,
Yeah.
gave us the whole rundown. They say that Sega hired them to produce the 20th anniversary live stream. They worked tirelessly for a month on it.
I was going to say.
It wasn't just previous day, hook up everything. No, they had a month to prepare this. And that's plenty of time to actually get this right.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to see what works, what doesn't, or what we're going to do when we have like tens of thousands watching.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Since they working for Sega was a dream gig for them, I guarantee it's still my dream as well. The day comes up, the rental house didn't give them a lens, 300-foot wireless working less than 20 due to RF interference.
So basically, everything they tried to prepare for, if it goes wrong, all went wrong. Basically.
Yeah, the 300 wireless receivers, that's why they had the multiple cameras, wasn't fucking working. That's why we had really odd camera angles.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you did see the stream, you could see some of the cameramen literally like walking across and trying to pick up the camera at certain points while they cut from one shot to another.
Yeah. The AV techs tried to do things completely different than planned. One of them changed his settings on his rig while he was setting up antennas.
Oh dear.
So we had a douchebag change the settings for the wireless stream while he was trying to set it up. Got it rough, and right at showtime, the mixer output and audio interface got blown out by a feedback signal.
Oh dear.
Which, the combination of failing components caused the buzz, which took almost an hour to fix.
Yeah, the faint buzzing that happened for a bit.
So they had to decide whether or not to cut the stream and fix it and lose reach, basically the viewers and everything on.
Basically, just stop it and wait until it goes up. By the time everybody's like, "Oh, screw this," and been waiting for like 3 hours already.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or maximize the content people got while hearing mistakes. And honestly, between the two of either stopping the stream and losing viewers, or losing viewers but still have the stream on, I'll still keep the stream on and try and fix it as you go, because you don't know what you're gonna miss.
Exactly. I mean, that's the worst thing about, particularly when you do these live gigs, is that everything sort of depends on when they're going to announce or what's going to happen. And the last thing you want is to go, "Oh, this happened, but we didn't get it on camera. Sorry."
They fixed the buzzing issue during the Chris 40 live set, and had to reroute the mixer through auxiliary outputs and hot swap audio interfaces while live.
Yeah.
And it crashed, but we heard some audio issues during that.
Oh yeah.
It didn't crash, started running into coordination issues due to having a 4-hour script which was compressed into 3.5 because obviously it started late.
Yeah. So basically, you would have a camera. Well, ideally, when they say that, it's basically you have a script to say what cameras you're going to use and where they're going to be for certain points. I mean, particularly a lot of studio sitcoms do this. So obviously, they basically say, right, we don't have that. We have to madly rush to get this working. Yeah.
The entire event started late because there were so many people. That's a good thing, but at the same time, it reflected on the stream.
I was going to say definitely the amount of people that would be there, it's like undoubtedly that was going to be a big hold up or whatever. Whatever was going to happen.
Here's what I think is pretty much a crutch to the whole problems. So after we breathe a sigh of relief after the fixing the audio issues, we're still stuck with the obvious less than 20 foot of wireless receivers.
Yeah.
The host girlfriend suffered an accident and the ambulance had to take her to hospital.
Yeah.
So due to a combination of bad timing changes and the host being temporarily away dealing with taking this girl to paramedics, they improvised.
That's probably why that bit at the beginning was done in place.
Also, threw another crew member on screen to improv and interview the guys from Warner Bros. Interactive who were great spots at the situation. And after all that, our host still comes back on screen to finish the show and gives the birth to the stuffed nachos, Tostinos Popening.
I was going to say, I bet Aaron was probably sweating like buggery that day, thinking, "Oh my god, what's happening? This is the big night."
So the host, gone. then when they come back, so a lot of the impromptu, like, why the hell did you go away to show this instead of showing that? Because obviously, we would have really loved to seen the Sonic Boom voice rehearsal.
Yeah.
We would have loved to see that, but instead we got Tostinos instead. So that was a bit of a dick move, but considering the circumstances on the stream and what the shit they had to go through,
yeah,
I really can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, at one point, I think there was meant to be, they tried to do like a backstage interview with some people, and literally they got through like 2 questions before they immediately like, oh, we got to go back on stage. So you can sort of tell it was very hectic, just trying to get things on schedule, I guess, as well.
So they actually made it intro to credits without stopping, which was fantastic. It was intense dealing what we knew was 50,000 people watching.
Oh god, there will be.
But I think given the circumstances, we all made the right choices and minimized the degree of failure as much as we could.
Yeah.
Then there's the, obviously, questions and replies. Shame the stream didn't communicate well because I catnip the people who get drunk off Shroud and Florida, and I'm tired of it all.
Well, there's always going to be people out there, even if the thing is offline for like a good 3 hours, they're going to be still there like, it's coming back, it'll be back.
Yeah. Brad Flick, who also was handling the stream, responded to that, saying, I was producing the live stream, rehearsals went swimmingly, in front of house sent us a hot signal when we went live, blew out the speaker mixer capacitor and USB audio interface. Once we located the issue, we hot swapped during Crush 40.
Yeah, so they managed to get that somewhat.
So maybe I'm guessing some phone interference or anything, or just the magnitude of something else just completely ruined it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, like I said, they would have been rehearsing trying to see, get the servers on, get all the cameras set up and stuff and see if it works, and probably 9 out of 10 it would do, and then the one time it all goes bleh.
Yeah. The upside to the swap is that they got rid of that buzz. Fantastic.
Yeah.
The downside, they lost the crowd mics.
Yeah, there was a lot of times, that happened a lot.
Where the crowd interactions with Crush 40, including that one stupid, cringeworthy fan. No offense to you, but you are now a meme and going to be on a pedestal to show how shit we all are right now.
Jim Sterling's going to make fun of you, mate, so that's the price you pay.
And he did.
Oh dear.
So, yeah. And to Jim Sterling, the Sonic 20th anniversary live stream party is worse than Konami's press conference at E3.
Well, that depends really. I think
that depends really. At least Sega still makes things.
They just won't bother turning up now. They just wouldn't be there. That's the difference.
But the fact is, they made it from beginning to end, and despite the hiccups, they actually gave us a live stream and managed to show us exactly what we came to see: Sonic Mania and Sonic Project 2017.
Yeah, and like I said, this is not. Like I said, this happens again at E3 panels all the time. There's always going to be mess-ups or things planned or things meant to be on screen but don't play up in the right area.
Yeah,
this stuff happens.
Rehearsals could go fine, but as soon as it comes to actually opening night, the wife of one of the lead actors goes pregnant, and so the main actor cannot be there. They get used as understudy. And maybe, this rope that was, all this duct tape was holding up this scaffolding. That came undue and completely wrecked our backdrop, so we have to improvise something else and got my 10-year-old daughter to paint it for us.
Yeah. I mean, again, some of this stuff happens, and you probably think to yourself, well, this was a low-key thing, it was never going to be great. But it's like, well, you compare it to, say, like, the London Olympics. I mean, that was a huge venue, and they were preparing. In fact, I remember you saw a little thing talking about the 2 years or so since it happened. And even they were going like, oh my god, I hope this doesn't mess up. And there were 1 or 2 mess-ups during that whole event. But even then, they squeezed out of it very quickly. In fact, there's one part where it's meant to be this shot of a guy standing in front of all these cameras, kind of Matrix-type cameras, where you get a picture of you all full size, and didn't go off at the right moment. So the actor was standing there for a good few minutes before it actually went off.
Yeah, I just remember the other thing about the Olympics as well. They made a fancy clock in the middle of London, counting down to when the Olympics began, and it broke after 11 hours.
Yeah, that clock. Yeah, that's a good example. But then again, that's I guess
that was a pre-show thing.
I know. Again, you could say what happened with Sonic kind of was on the same level as that. But let's be fair. I mean, like I said, this stuff happens. There is always going to be things breaking and things falling over the last minute, and it's your job to thinking, we just got to keep this going. I mean, if we stop now, then quite frankly, this is just one big this is going to even make people even more pissed off. So, like I said, the fact that they managed to get it done more or less. I mean, let's be fair. At no point did we feel like we've lost anything that important during the whole event. I mean, the main two things is we got to know what the next major things of Sonic were going to happen with various toys, the two major games, the next season of Boom. So we at least got that all in the can.
Yeah. So the question is, did you enjoy the live stream despite the stream hiccups?
Yeah. And I do think, again, probably it was more enjoyable if you were in the crowd doing this, because undoubtedly seeing it there, at least, you didn't have to suffer any of the agitations we did.
I don't think there'll be many hiccups during the Summer Sonic live stream either.
No, I mean, that's the interesting thing, because Summer of Sonic, with this one coming up, I'm kind of be interested to see how this works. Because they've done it a few years. In fact, they've always done, like, the full-on tire hook from the opening the doors to the ending. Managed to do it more or less smoothly without a hitch. Though that said, hopefully nothing's going to go badly wrong.
I hope not.
No, I mean, like I said, it's one thing for something like this to happen, which is, it's a bit of a blemish, but it's nothing soul crushingly awful or anything. I think particularly when it comes to something like a fan convention, there's so much more I think people put on the line to getting this working than, like I said, I'm not saying professionals can't do it right, but even that's saying that, as much as people want to be on the top game, let's be fair, it's very easy for professionals to mess up as much as amateurs to mess up even worse. So quite frankly, it just proves we're all human beings.
Yeah.